Good. All right. Well, I'm going to start. Good morning or good evening. Mm, she's in the eve. So go ahead and start to relax and put yourself into your nest, setting up your pillows, blankets, whatever you need to make your physical body as comfortable as possible. Remember that your physical comfort is the first step on the journey of this practice, so take your time to settle in and prepare for rest. You may want to make some small movements to release tension in your spine, neck, or hands, possibly opening and closing the jaw a little bit to release tension in the muscles of the face. And as your body settles into stillness, begin to notice the parts of you that are supported by the surface beneath you, feeling the contact points between the physical body and whatever surface is beneath you. Perhaps you can feel point of contact at the heels or the backs of the arms, shoulder blades, the back of the head. And try to allow yourself to soften and surrender into that support. Feeling the physical body relaxing back and down towards the center of the earth. And shift your awareness to your ears, the sensation of the outer ear, whatever you feel there, and then the sensation of the deeper parts of the ear. Feel the ears sensitive and listening receptively. Allowing your ears to notice the sounds around you, maybe outside of your building or inside your room. The ears can just rest on various sounds around you without judgment, simply noticing. And pulling that awareness inward, noticing the sound possibly of your breath, maybe even interior sounds of the body, the heartbeat. And we can take 3 deep breaths together, inhaling a long, smooth breath through the nose, and exhaling a long, smooth breath back through the mouth. Perhaps you can lengthen the exhalation a little bit more. One long, smooth breath in through the nose. Smooth, even breath out through the mouth. One more time, taking a long, smooth breath in through the nose. And a smooth, even exhale through the mouth. And shifting your awareness to the boundaries of the physical body, the periphery of your awareness, noticing sensations on the skin, temperature, texture of your clothing, maybe the movement of the air. The distant sounds that continue to rise up and fall away. Notice any lingering taste in your mouth or fragrance in your nose. Scent of your detergent or shampoo or the room around you. And then can you imagine your senses all moving inward like a turtle pulling back into its shell? And the surrounding environment becomes a little less in the forefront of your awareness. And instead, sensing the volume of the physical body, the internal experience, the sounds of your own breath, the darkness behind your eyelids. And allow your awareness to center itself in the middle of the chest, pulling it inwards and then concentrating all of your awareness at the center of the chest. Now is the time to call to mind your sankalpa or intention. Perhaps you are already working with one, or perhaps one emerges for you at this moment. If you haven't landed on a sankalpa yet, consider I am balanced, rested, and refreshed. I am balanced, rested, and refreshed. Whatever you choose, recognize that your sankalpa is already true and repeat it to yourself 3 times mentally with sincerity and conviction. Now begins the rotation of awareness, a journey through the physical body. Can you imagine a beam of soft sunlight, golden sunlight, just slightly warm, a tiny sunbeam touching each body part as I name it, and then moving on to the next. Starting with the right hand thumb, second finger, third, fourth, and fifth finger. Palm of the right hand, back of the hand, the right wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpits, shoulder blade, collarbone, the center of the chest, the right rib cage, right waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the right foot, top of the foot, the right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and fifth toe. The right side of the body simultaneously. Awareness shifts to the left hand thumb, visualizing a soft, warm ray of sunlight on the left thumb. Second finger, third, fourth, and fifth finger. Palm of the left hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, shoulder blade, collarbone, the center of the chest, the left rib cage, waist, hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, sole of the left foot, top of the foot, the left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and fifth toe. The whole left side of the body simultaneously. Awareness shifts to the back side of the body, the heels, calf muscles, backs of the thighs, the back of the pelvis, tailbone and sacrum, lower back, shoulder blades, upper back, the backs of the shoulders, backs of the arms and hands, the back of the neck, and the back of the head, the whole back side of the body. Awareness shifts to the crown of the head at the very top of the body, the forehead, the right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, the right eye, left eye, right cheek, left cheek, the tip of the nose, the upper lip, lower lip, the space between the lips, right side of the jaw, left side of the jaw, the right ear, the left ear, the tip of the chin, the whole head simultaneously, and the front of the body, center of the throat, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, the heart center, fronts of the arms, palms of the hands, the solar plexus where the ribs come together, the navel, pubic bone, fronts of the thighs, kneecaps, shins, tips of the toes, and the soles of the feet. Picturing and experiencing physically the whole physical body simultaneously, bathed in gentle sunlight, the whole body, your whole body, the whole body resting in stillness. And can you bring your awareness to the already present natural breath without trying to control it or change it in any way? Notice the experience of the body breathing for you. Just gently following the breath on its path in and out through the body, noticing the sensation of its movement. And can you observe the movement of the body as it naturally breathes through your mind's eye, starting by noticing the movement of the belly button, navel, moving away from and back towards the spine. Maybe you can visualize this movement. Perhaps you only notice it, the sensation of it. But for the next few moments, try to watch the movement of the navel with your natural breath. It moves away from and back towards the spine. It's normal for this movement to be subtle or dramatic. Can you soften and relax the muscles of the abdomen to allow the breath to move freely in this part of the body? And continuing to watch the natural breath, not trying to control it or shape it in any way, but simply allowing your body to breathe for you. Can you shift your awareness towards the rib cage? Maybe you visualize the rib cage moving away from the spine, almost like an umbrella opening and then moving back towards the spine, closing three-dimensionally. Maybe you visualize it, or maybe you just sense it, feel it moving. Notice the sensation. Again, not trying to change or control the natural breath, simply noticing the movement of the rib cage, opening away from the spine, closing back towards the spine. And if you can, allowing the muscles of the diaphragm, the chest, the ribs, the upper back to soften even just a little bit. So the body can move freely with the breath. And finally, continuing the observation of the natural breath without trying to control or change it, simply noticing now the movement of the collarbones, which may be very small, very subtle. It could be more dramatic. All variation is normal. Perhaps you can visualize them moving up towards your chin and sliding down away from your chin with the natural breath. Or you may simply sense their movement, noticing how it feels for the upper chest, the collarbones, to rise and fall with the natural breath. Maybe you can relax the muscles of the face just a tiny bit more, the throat, the fronts of the shoulders, as you watch or sense the collarbones gently moving with the natural breath. And holding on to the awareness of the collarbones. And you add back in the awareness of your rib cage. Breathing naturally, aware both of the movement of your collarbones and your rib cage simultaneously. And maintaining that awareness of the collarbones and the rib cage moving with the natural breath, and adding back the movement of the navel. So still letting your breath be soft and natural, allowing the body to breathe for you while noticing, gently watching the movements of the collarbones, rib cage, and navel with the natural breath. Then release this breath awareness, allowing your awareness and attention to become diffuse, soft. And for just a couple of moments, rest without placing your attention anywhere in particular. And then gently shift your attention to the space between the eyebrows, noticing sensations that may be present at the eyebrow center. All of your attention condensed at a single point between the eyebrows. And in this space, imagine that just behind the eyebrow center is a vast inner space, the Chitakasha, almost like outer space or even like a void. It is a infinite, empty space in which all manner of phenomena can arise and then disappear, where your thoughts are created, where your memories are constructed and reviewed, where you dream and interpret, a vast space of infinite creative potential. Can you imagine your mind's eye looking out over the emptiness of Chitakasha and simply noticing without judgment anything that rises up here? Perhaps nothing but darkness, perhaps lights, colors, or patterns, or perhaps more fully fleshed out thoughts or memories. Notice how phenomena can emerge and how it also can disappear. For the next few moments, just watching, trying to remain detached but curious. watching the phenomena rise up and fall away without attachment or judgment. And when you become distracted, as you inevitably will, and your mind tries to follow some individual image or thought, this is fine. This is normal. If you notice it, then try to shift yourself back into the state of this detached but curious observer. The practice happens during that shift, becoming aware of the wandering mind and redirecting your focus over and over again. And then allow the space of Chitta to clear away. Returning to pure potential. And within this space, can you create a very clear, distinct representation of a symbol that makes you feel comfortable and relaxed? It could be an object like a lit candle or an empty notebook, a perfect apple pie, anything that, when visualized in your mind, makes you feel relaxed and at ease, that you could use as a symbol of your peace and rest and safety. And once you've created that symbolic image with as much clarity as possible, can you imagine yourself seated in front of it, as if seated for meditation, and then embody that image of yourself? Send your mind's eye out to observe this symbolic object. Let it fill your whole awareness, focusing all of your attention only on this symbolic object. And as always, your mind will wander. That is the nature of the mind. but can you continuously notice and shift your awareness back to whatever object you've chosen for your meditation? Becoming aware of distractions, shifting your focus back to your symbolic object. Just a few moments longer. And then once more, allowing your awareness and attention to become diffuse, spread out evenly across all experience, simultaneously aware of your environment, your body, your breath, but allowing the mind to rest, soften, not focus hard on any one thing. Allowing the borders of your self-identity to become a little bit hazy and soften. Thinking of yourself not as a single wave in the ocean, but as the ocean itself. And can you gently bring your awareness back to the center of the chest, noticing sensations that are already present at the center of the chest, perhaps emotions, perhaps thoughts rising up again. And can you bring to mind your sankalpa or resolve? Holding it in your mind as you notice the sensations present in the heart center. And please repeat your sankalpa to yourself 3 times mentally with sincerity. And after setting this intention for your own life, join me in setting an intention for the broader world. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashmantu, Ma Kaschit Dukhabhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings be happy. May all be healthy. May all be liberated, and may all be free from suffering. Om, peace, peace, peace. I'm beginning to make a bridge between the state of Yoga Nidra and your externally facing awareness, normal living. We start by visualizing the space you're practicing in. Can you picture in your mind's eye the room that you're in, your location in that room, building the outside world mentally around yourself? And finally, placing your body in that space. Can you imagine looking down at your physical body, noticing your position, the clothing and blankets and pillows around you? Take a moment to watch yourself resting. Coming back to the points of contact between your physical body and the support beneath you, noticing the sensation of your contact with that support. The back of the head, shoulder blades, heels, becoming more and more aware of the boundaries of the physical body. You feel awareness and alertness begin to move through the physical body. You may want to slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Perhaps rotating the wrists and ankles, taking your time. Maybe rocking your head from side to side, releasing tension that might have accumulated in your neck, opening and closing the mouth to bring movement back into the jaw. Making small movements that feel good in the physical body, as if you've just woken up from deep sleep or a long nap, allowing your body naturally to find the movements that wake it up gently. And then we'll take 3 deep belly breaths, expanding the belly like a balloon and exhaling with a sigh through an open mouth. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling. One more time, deep inhale through the nose, exhaling with a sigh. And gently rolling over onto one side of the body, Paying attention to the transition between these states. Maintaining awareness of your bodily sensations and your breath as you slowly press yourself into a seated position, making any other small movements that feel good. Stretching if that feels good. Yawning if that feels natural to do. And we can take our hands in front of the heart, thumbs lightly touching the sternum. Scanning once more through your experience, noticing the state of the physical body, the state of your natural breath, and the state of your thoughts. And then slightly bowing forward, taking your thumbs to the eyebrow center. Hariom Tat Sat. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Thank you for practicing with me.